Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be going over with you how to enter data into a MAR into Therap. Before we get started though, I just want to review a couple of things. This does not change any policy or procedure that is in place now that you currently have to follow. The rules don't change. The things that you're supposed to do during medication pass do not change. You have to verify it's the right pill, the right person, the right route, the right time. All of those things still have to take place. The only thing that we are changing is where you put your documentation. So instead of opening up a med book with a paper sheet in it, we're going to open up our Health tab and go to record data to enter your medication administration. Okay, we're going to do the same thing, just a little bit differently, from paper to electronic into Therap. So to get started, we're going to go to our Health tab here. You can see where we're at. And when you have permission to be able to record data on a MAR, you'll see it show up like this here in your Health tab. You have medication administration record, data, and then to actually record data, you click here. From here, if you have more than one program on your list of responsibilities, you'll be brought to the program list. If you only have one program that you have access to, you'll be brought to the list of individuals. So here we're going to go to Evergreen Center, and we are in the demo account, so this is made up data, nothing's real. And today we're going to be doing our documentation on Danielle Torres. Okay. This is what the MAR looks like in Therap. You're going to have the name, who created the MAR, who approved the MAR, and the time zone that you're in. At the top, it's going to tell you what month we're recording data for, and this is May 2019. Okay. Today is May 31st, so we only have one day left for this month. Okay, coming down through next, I see I have a color legend, which is going to correspond to the boxes and what that information means when it's a specific color. So when we're administering new, which means we've given the med, we've clicked that we've given it, but we haven't saved it into the system, that will be orange. After we save our documentation into the system, when we're done, it's going to turn to this lime colored here. If we have an individual who refused or missed their meds, it will show up in red. Meds that are due to be given will be in green. If you have an individual who's home on a visit, they're in the hospital, or for whatever reason they're not at the facility, you can put that they are on LOA. And if you have a doctor's order to hold a medication, it will show up in this color here. Looks bluish to me. Other people have argued that nope, it's a different color, but that's okay. It'll be this color if it's on hold. All right, so coming down through a little bit more, we're going to see where we need to match the medication with what you have for a pill bottle in your hand or a bubble pack. So we have scheduled first, and I can tell that it started the 6th was when it was due, and it was given this day by this person with these initials, and it ended here. I know this medication ended two ways because it was discontinued here on the 14th, 2019 by Tricia Woods, which means that these days are dark gray shaded and you cannot select these days to enter the med. So if I click on the 31st, which is today, cannot select the slot since the medication is not active on this date. So Therap prevents you from documenting that you've given a medication on a day where it wasn't scheduled to be given. But what it will allow me to do, seeing as how it was due on the 14th, it will allow me to click here to say that I gave this medication on the 14th, which today is the 31st, so we all know that I'm not supposed to be doing that. So whoops, I clicked that box by mistake. Let me click it again because I don't want to document that I gave the medication that day. So now I'm going to come down through here. My second med, Depakote extended release 500 milligram tablets. Taken orally, it's a scheduled medication. We're going to 2.0, and this is the prescribing doctor. If I wanted to know what the side effects of this drug were, I can click here on drug details, and it's going to bring me to, is this what pill I have I'm giving out. And then I can come down through, and here are the side effects that are possible from taking this medication. So if you're ever asked, where's my side effect list, you can find it right here under the drug details. Now this medication is to be given every other day. We're going to do it twice a day, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Okay, so we're coming down through. Here's our due dates when we're supposed to be giving it. It's not due to be given today. So I don't want to administer today because it's every other day. Okay. Even though it'll let me click here and I can give it, it's not the scheduled day. Okay, so I'm not going to give that one. Coming down through, I have my Keppra, 750 milligrams. And the total count I'm going to give 2. Okay, and then this is every other day, 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. So this one is running opposite days of the Depakote, as we can see. So this one is due today, so I can document that I'm giving this medication this morning at 8 o'clock. And when I document, it means that I've verified it's the right pill, the right person, it's the right time, it's the right route, everything is correct, and I'm giving that medication and putting my initials in there. And you'll see that there's a DK here, and everybody in the system has their own set of unique initials that do not match anyone else. Everybody's are different. So we can say DK relates to this person and this person only. They're the ones who gave that med. Coming down through, I have my omeprazole, total count 4, and we're going to give it twice a day. So we're going to take 2 twice a day at 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. So here I've gotten my pills ready to give them to the individual, and I can check, and it's orange still because I haven't saved my documentation into the system yet. All right, coming down through, I keep working my med sheet top to bottom, administering the meds as I need to. Okay. Symbyax 625 milligrams. We're going to give a total of 4, so there's going to be 2 tablets twice a day, 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. Yep, right person, right route, right time, everything is good, and I'm going to get them ready to go and give and check the box. Okay. So now you can see my next section is my PRN medications. And there's not a nice little calendar here for your PRN meds. What they do is when you administer a PRN med, it shows up in a list like this that you've given the medication. All right, and you can also see here you record administration in detail mode. Detail mode is a little bit different than just coming down through and clicking the box saying I gave the med. We're doing this in what we call quick mode. Quick mode allows us to just click in the box and enter our initials. When you first go to your MAR, Therap automatically defaults to quick mode to make the documentation of your meds a little bit faster for you. To get to detail mode, what we're basically doing is flipping the piece of paper or your paper MAR over so that you can provide additional documentation. So because this aspirin was discontinued on 5/14, I'm going to go ahead and skip this one. And I do want to, however, give milk of magnesia just so I can show you how we're going to document in detail mode. So I'll click this here, and I'm going to do, I've administered the medication, the PRN med, and I administered it today. I'm giving it with my 8 a.m. meds. And I click the administrated by. I'm going to find my name on the list. And there I am. And then I'm just going to put as order per nurse. Or whatever it is you would normally write when you're giving milk of magnesia as a PRN med. And I'm going to click save. And then it's going to say it's successfully saved. And you can see now it's showing up on the list that I gave it today and my initials are there. Okay. Here I have another med. It's all dark gray, which means I can't select any of this, not even today. So you're probably wondering, why is this still here? It's still here because the same medication now has a different schedule, and it is scheduled for this day is when we could probably give it. So it's 7 a.m. this morning, and we can go ahead and click that we've given that one as well. Now that brings me to the bottom of my MAR, where I'm going to now get into any allergies, shared contacts, and medical diagnoses. But the list of medications that I can dispense has come to the end. So what I want to do is just come up through, make sure everything is right. I've given everything I'm supposed to, and the meds are actually administered, and then I can come down and I can click Save. Now I have entered my information into the system. And if I want to go back and see what that looks like, I can view this form for data entry, and I can see that where my initials were orange before, now they're this lime sort of colored. Okay, and that means that I've given the medication and I've entered the details into the system. And that is how you document administering your meds on the EMAR instead of in a paper format. I want to show you something else real quick. If I go back to my dashboard and I try to record data, and I go back to Evergreen again, and I'm going to pick a different individual. I'm going to go to Frank Ford. If you ever open up a med record and you see this message where the MAR has been locked for data entry, that means that someone's medication history has changed and the MAR has not been reapproved, because every med that's entered in the system has to be verified that it's correct and the MAR has to be approved. So if you ever get this message, it's not going to allow you to click to say that you've given anything, because it's going to get a message, cannot record new data, you don't have the privilege to save data, the form is locked. You need to immediately call your supervisor and let them know that there's a locked MAR and you can't do documentation that you've given meds, and they need to make sure the MAR gets unlocked for you. So that will end our entering data in the MAR and how you record when you give meds. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your supervisor or to your local provider administrator. Thank you and have a great day.